This is Total Babble. Total Babble. It's a show about music, pop culture, social media, movies, the internet, relationships, TV, whatever. Total Babble. The Total Babble Podcast.
And just kind of lay there and throw a tantrum. That's a good way to go.
Absolutely. I call it the possum method. If ever something happens and you just don't want to deal with it, just stop, flop.
And it's good because I like possums too. Possums, crows, and elephants are the best animals.
You like possums?
I do.
As in opossums? As in those white things with faces like an alligator?
Oh, yes. They perform a good function in our society, killing bugs and all kinds of other stuff you don't want, and they are misunderstood, much like crows.
I love crows.
Yeah.
My son, he is forming an alliance with the crows in our neighborhood.
I think that's the best way to go. I feel like when the apocalypse happens, they will come and save us. I was out riding the bike yesterday, and I saw literally a murder of crows. So many of them gathered up, and I figured, hey, it must be food, either that or they were just having a party.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's nice. I was reading something the other day, and I knew this, but I didn't remember it. A group of sharks is called a shiver.
Wow. Because you see a bunch of sharks and you go, holy shit, I'm shivering. That's scary. Sharks.
Sharks.
All right. Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
So many things happening, and we'll just go with it. I'm very groggy. Oh, and you're on warning today. I just want to let you know, I'm not just saying this. It could be a reality. I don't like to exaggerate or play things up ever for the show, but I might have to poop midway through this week's show. So if you could just have 5 minutes of something exciting to just kind of vamp with standing by, that might be good. And this is great because now people out there are listening and they're going, okay, well, Stu, he's legit. He wouldn't just say that. Is he going to make it through the entire show? It's kind of a cliffhanger that we have going here today on the Babble.
That is a cliffhanger, and I think that that's amazing. And we should do some research as well as to how long it does take you to go.
Well, we know a pee is like 4 minutes because we had that study and we talked about that. And I think it depends on your roughage. I had a lot of roughage last night, and it's kind of stuck with me, and I don't know. We'll see. But I don't want to be that kind of show either. I don't want to be, hey, we're sitting around talking about our poop, because we're not that. We have so many other stupid things to talk about.
We have so many other stupid things to talk about. However, let's take a moment to acknowledge how important inspecting your poop is. Your poop is a good indicator of your overall wellness. And this is the stuff that I tell my kids.
There's charts and things online, right?
There absolutely are charts and things. I'm not going to take you through all of it, but do yourself a favor and get a little bit familiar with your poop and what it should look like, because a large portion of the US population is chronically constipated. Yeah. And it's not good for you. And you can be constipated and poop every day. Fun fact.
The problem with this in America is Doritos and Mountain Dew. If there was less Doritos and Mountain Dew, we would be a healthier society. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely. The amount of processed foods, the lack of fiber, it's bad news bears.
Yeah. So also 6'7", 6'7" up in the thing. Yo, 6'7".
Stop it. It's giving 41.
I just learned about this terrible 6'7" thing that's plaguing our youth, and I just thought, what the fuck is that? And nobody knows what the fuck that is, and I wondered if your kids were doing the 6'7" asshole thing.
Yes, and I know what it's about.
Okay, tell me, because everything I've heard says that nobody really knows what it is, and it's just kind of them acknowledging each other. And
No, there's law behind 6'7".
Oh.
Okay, so 6'7" originated in a rap song, and then this kid on the internet made a little video where he goes 6'7", and I know I'm not on video and people can't see me, but I'm doing this movement with my hands that's like if I'm weighing something up, 6'7", okay? And that just caught on. And now everyone's 6'7"ing everywhere to the point where some of my kids' schools have banned use of 6'7".
Thank God.
In all languages, because dickhead kids were still doing it
Thinking
in different
they were
languages,
clever.
but still using the same intonation.
Yeah.
idiots.
So it's the modern day skibbity, basically. It's the modern day dumb shit asshole skibbity, and you should put electrodes on your kids and stop them from using it.
It is, yes. It is just some ridiculous response. And part of the comedic value of it is they try to get people to say 6, 7, or they try to work in 6, 7 into any conversation. Here is a real life example. Hey, how was your day? Maybe 6, maybe 7. 6, 7.
Oh, God, because that's smart and clever. No child of mine would ever. Oh, my God. Yeah, so it's the modern day skibbity.
Essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that needs to stop. I would latch my kids down. I would chain them down in the house and just not let them out if that kind of thing was going on, because we need smarter kids than that. It just needs to.
And the modern slang is very interesting, and it evolves so quickly. My initial assumption around what it meant was something completely wrong, and then my kids explained it to me. But if I said to you, "Oh, Stu, you're selling," what would you think that means?
I would think I'm being fake, doing something that's not right or true or correct, or I'm being insincere.
Something like that. Yeah. I think that's a really good guess.
Yeah.
I thought it was something like, "Oh, you're selling out," or something. But no, what it means is that person is doing something badly.
I can't be a part of it. You know how I am with the slang, and even our generation slang. It's just so fucking asinine and so ridiculous, and just talk like a goddamn human being. I'm making my list. I told you I'm putting together a list of annoying slang terms that we can probably cover at the end of the year. And on my regularly font-sized page, it's about this much. I have this much. We could probably do an entire show with it and have discussion, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Speaking of which, there's other things here that are going to come up that I feel like we could do an entire show on. Like we talked about it last week, a lot of production in this week's show. I did a remaster of
Shut the Hell Away From Me.
Welcome to the Remaster. Took the background noise down a little bit, brought her up a little bit. Before, she was very harsh and shrill, and I spent so much stupid money on plugins that I remastered her.
Shut the hell away from me.
And she's just a little bit clearer. That will make the show just a little bit that much better.
The more I hear it, it sounds like she's trying to avoid hiccuping as well in the middle of that. Shut the hell away from me.
Well, and that's because she's so drunk that she's doing that with every sentence. So yes, that is the case. And if we can do it, I was thinking, speaking of holiday specials, we could maybe make her a holiday special. Her name is Christina. The video is out there. I sent it to you and I don't have it handy, but we could take that video and you and I could just talk over it for an entire show. And she is just a delight and a wonder and the world's biggest massive pain in the ass that you could ever imagine. And she's just terrible. And some would say, well, you're making fun of people with an alcohol problem. And don't you feel bad about that? No, she's the one that decided to be an asshole and drink and go hit a woman in another car. And then she's the one that when the cop pulls up, she's feigning that she's crying because somebody in her family died, and she is an asshole and deserves everything that she could get because she's made her choices, and that makes it okay. That makes it fun. So perhaps the Christina Holiday Special is coming up. I contacted the YouTube people that own that whole thing because though her interaction is public domain, it was on a cop's body cam. I don't want to just take their whole thing and air it without their permission. The shut the hell away from me is public record, so I'm okay with that. If I use their whole thing, I want to get approval, but I haven't heard back, and we'll see where that goes.
Well, good on you for following the rules and trying to be a good person.
So I have another example of that this week. Oh, you're just feeding into so much of my stuff. Before we get to that, if you like the show, follow, subscribe, rate the show, go on Apple Podcasts, write a nice review, tell your friends we don't suck. Now to show stuff. Heard from a band in the UK called The Martyrs. Thank you for listening along. Heard from them on social media. And then there is this that came up with listener John. Remember John? He's the guy that
How could I forget John? G'day, John.
Yeah. Challenged me to a mash-off, and I did it really half-assed because I didn't want to take the time to do it. Well, John, it turns out, went and did his own kind of thing.
Oh, my goodness.
We're going to debut that here. His take is a little bit jazzy, but he took lots of our stuff and put it to kind of a jazz song. And this is very cool, very fun, very much appreciated. Here is listener John's work.
Welcome to Plantaris. We're probably psychos. That cunt soup. Caw! That cunt soup.
Welcome to Food Talk.
Woo! Yep. Hey! Yep. Bitch loves to cook. In the same pan. My dick, bitch. Little swirl of jam. Bitch loves to cook. Mexican cuisine emergency. Gas facts. Caw! I don't sleep with vaccinated women. There is no self-checkout ever. Caw!
Very good. Such good stuff. Thank you, John.
Thank you, John. I am literally crying with laughter. Little known fact.
Yeah.
1, I never know what's going to come out of my mouth before it does. And then 2, once it leaves my mouth, I've forgotten I've ever said it.
I was just about to say half of that stuff I don't even ever remember happening in the show.
I don't remember that.
I think John broke into our secret files and took out the stuff I edited out and is accessing everything. I think we've been hacked. I think that's what's going on because I don't remember half that.
I don't remember half of that. But that is really funny. Great job, John. That's really made my day.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Very cool. I now have another edition of Stu's Celebrity Do-Gooder or just Stu Neighborhood Do-Gooder. Either way I could go. Ooh, could go with that. Stu-Gooder.
Stu-Gooder.
Yeah. I was out riding my bike again. That's where a lot of this stuff happens. I'm out riding, minding my own business, and I was riding back home, and I look down and I see a voter ballot sitting on the sidewalk. And I went past it and I went, oh, screw it, let it go. But then, of course, I don't screw it and let things go. So I turned around and I picked up the ballot, and I picked it up and I looked at it. And it was a ballot. It was for Proposition 50. That's the thing that we are doing here in California that is very important. It's basically Texas is fucking the country and California is trying to equalize that by counterbalancing and counter-districting their whole situation. So I said, okay, this is probably pretty important. It's kind of torn up. I don't feel like I should put it back in the mail because I don't know if it would make it. And I wonder if I'm even allowed to do that with all the voting regulations. And I'm feeling that kind of weird thing too. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, this is super important. So I put it on my thing and I ride back and I get home. And now I'm going to play Stu Super Sleuth. And I start stalking somebody, but for good reason. So I Google this woman. And it has her name and her address on the thing there. And I find her, and this is really scary. I'm telling you, people, watch your stuff. I was able to find her phone number. I went into this people search thing, and I found her phone number. And then I'm looking at it, and I'm like, okay, I have been helpful stalking this person. I have a lot of information on her. And then I have to try to judge, do you think she voted right? I think, oh, what if she voted wrong? Maybe I'm helping somebody that voted wrong. Maybe I should just leave this alone. Maybe it's in the stars. The world wants me to leave this alone. I said, no, good or not, this is the right thing to do. So I call her, and of course she doesn't pick up because we live in a world of spam, and I leave her a voicemail, and I explain the situation. I said, I know this seems like a scam, but here's what happened. Here's the situation. I feel like voting is important. Get back to me. I can send you a picture of it if you want. So did that, and surprisingly, didn't hear anything back for like 3 days. So I'm like, okay, maybe I got the wrong phone number. 3 days goes by, and I call the voting office, and I fought through the accent of the woman that answered. We couldn't understand each other whatsoever. And she said, okay, just go ahead and destroy it. And she took the information, and she reset this person's toggle in the system, I guess you could say. And she said she can now go to a voting center and actually vote or get another ballot and do it that way because the election is coming up November 4th. So I'm like, okay, feel like I did my part. Never being one to leave it alone, I then pick up the phone and try to call her again. And she answers this time and she goes, hello? And I said, yeah, I called you the other day and left you a voicemail. And she said, oh yeah, I got your message. I was going to call you back. I just didn't. And what? Like, I'm thinking, what? Isn't this kind of an important thing? And would you be just so matter of fact with, oh yeah, whatever. And I found out in all of my research that she's like a scientist and she is a smart person, and you would think that this would matter to her more. And she just, yeah, oh, well, whatever. And I said, well, I didn't hear from you, so I contacted the voting people, and they said that they've reset it and you can just go and vote. She said, oh, okay. Not even a thank you. Like, just no interest in anything whatsoever. And I just thought, isn't this kind of a big deal? We're kind of allegedly saving the entire United States with this thing, and you just have this attitude like, oh, well, nothing fucking matters. And I just thought, wow, that speaks to a lot. And wow, that bothered me. And I just wanted to, hey, wow, I wonder how this happened even. I hope there isn't some kind of person stealing ballots. Oh, maybe it fell off a truck. Oh, okay. Wouldn't you at least be upset about that? Wouldn't you at least care, I guess, is my question.
I've got thoughts. My first one is, was it near a drain? Did you find this near a drain? Like, if this was some mass voting, get rid of stuff, they might have been taking them and throwing them down a drain to get rid of them.
I guess if you judge that, you could say, yes, it was technically, because it was right on the main sidewalk. And there's always drains near sidewalks. I don't know how far you want to take that.
Right. And then 2, she sounds, if she's like a scientist, and me always assuming the good, she might be autistic. So just seems super nonchalant, but is actually just very matter of fact. I was going to call you back, but I didn't. You know,
I get your point there.
Look at it in that light.
Right.
And so now you can just go and vote. Oh, okay. This reminds me of conversations that I have with my eldest son. I was just laughing about it with a friend of mine earlier today. If you didn't know my son and you'd only ever engaged with him via text message or on the telephone, you would think that he is the rudest person on the planet. He texts like the letters are running out. Like there's that, you know, very, very economical with the letter use.
Right.
And always perfect punctuation, which he doesn't really need because the responses are generally like, yes, no, okay, or my personal favorite, which is he sends me every single day, where are you? And my answer is always the same. I'm here in the carpool line. But then I will send him paragraphs of stuff and he'll just write back, yes, okay, no thanks, or whatever. It's the weirdest thing. And then when I call him, it's like interacting with that lady.
I shared a house one time, rented a room with these people that had an autistic son, and he was very much that way. Greatest, happiest kid ever, but just was very yes or no, didn't kind of expound on the words at all, and that's just the way he was, and you just knew that and understood it. Thinking of that when it comes to texts, though, when I'm typing something to somebody, I'm totally that way. I say almost nothing, and people would almost think I'm being rude, and I worry about that sometimes because, okay, I'm just answering your question, and that's it. So sometimes I purposely go to voice to text, and that way I can make it seem a little bit more even and fun and flowery and like I'm not trying to be a dick, and that seems to be like a modern day social pressure that comes up because it's like, oh, no, well, I'm doing this, and it's okay, now we're into that. I think 5 to 10 years ago, texting used to just be what you're talking about with your son. Yes, no, where are you? That kind of thing. And as we've gone on, it's...
Remember on the old, like the brick phones and stuff, you would have to push the number multiple times to get to an E.
Yeah, you want to see, you better hit that 3 times.
Exactly. So we weren't going to be sitting around writing poetry to people. It was, again, we had to be economical with our letter use because we'd get repetitive strain injury from texting.
Right. And nowadays, that is the thing that you talk about as far as take people to their word, what they say. Whatever they say, that is what they mean, and just assume that, because we can so often misinterpret things, and that is really good advice in general, I think, but especially in that. It's like, they said yes, that didn't just mean yes, and they're being short with me. That says yes, and that's what they're going to do, and I think that's good to remember a lot of times.
Yeah, absolutely, especially in this world now where I think our work culture has completely transformed in the last 5 years. And now more than ever, we rely on instant messaging type things. Like Microsoft Teams is a really good example of that. Most people communicate using that, or Google Chat, or whatever weapon of choice the company has standardized on. But assuming the best in others in that environment makes work life so much easier. Because it happened to me. I remember we moved to being fully remote, and some people thought that I was always mad at them. And so then during orientations, or if a new person would join my team, I would have to start by saying, just so you know, I want you to assume that when I send you a Teams message, that at the beginning of it, it says, "Hi, Stu, how are you today? I hope you're great." Because in my heart, I care about those things. But in the heat of the moment, I'm on a mission.
Right.
I'm
We're just getting stuff
juggling
done.
10 plates.
Yeah.
It'll be like, "Hi, can you please send me the nuclear codes?" Like, I'm just going to text that. I'm not going to be like, love heart emoji, fucking prayer hands, thank you. Like, I'm not.
Oh, the prayer
I'm not
hands
doing that.
people. People that prayer hands at everything.
Prayer hands and everything. And I will reply back saying, thank you, or you rock, or legend, or, something. I will thank them for it. But apparently I would freak people out with my messaging format.
You know what you need to start doing as you deal with people, and I'll do this too, just reply 6-7. That's what we need to do. Just make it really, we'll take it away from the kids. We'll make it so that everybody is using it and they won't want to do it anymore. F them. Here we go.
Here we go. Boom. Take it back. And we should just start communicating. SNL did a great sketch. I think it was last week with Sabrina Carpenter, and all of the kids are sitting around just talking in brain rot slang.
I almost brought that show up, but I thought, it's something we've done so many times before. I tried to watch that show and I couldn't get through it. I thought it was the most unfunny thing I'd ever seen. I thought she was not great and she bothers me. And I thought maybe it's my generation that doesn't relate to it. But then I thought, no, I appreciate good comedy. And I thought that show was the biggest piece of shit ever. Which way is it?
I didn't watch the entire thing because I found it, to use the vernacular of the kids, cringe.
Yeah.
Especially her opening monologue. I wanted to laugh.
It seemed very disingenuous and stilted to me.
Yeah, and comedy's all about timing and misdirection. Right? And you could see the punchlines coming, or her timing was off.
Right.
It just felt weird.
I don't like her anyway, and I try to factor that in, and then I notice other things that I don't like about her. Like, so much of her is, I'm the bad girl. And it's just, shut up. You're so fake and phony. Nobody sucks that much dick. Stop it.
Yeah, that was the fact that she, opening monologue, and she just really played up to that was a little bit off-putting.
And then apparently she did her songs and swore in the songs. Ooh, and she did it on live TV. She's such a rebel and so edgy. Shut up.
Well, those are the lyrics to the song.
Right. But if you're on TV, if you're really making a statement, you go on Saturday Night Live where it's live and you say those bad words. Guaranteed it was arranged for ahead of time that she wouldn't, but then she did. She thinks she's
really?
Jim Morrison or something back in the 60s where you couldn't say, girl, we couldn't get much higher. And he
Higher. I
did it
remember that.
anyway. You know, oh, wow, you're edgy. Shut up.
You're edgy. Well, I thought that guests can swear on SNL because I know they can on the late night programs.
No, there's still the broadcasting laws, and there's something, I believe, still called safe harbor, where after 10 o'clock you can get away with a little bit more, but you can't say shit and fuck or anything. So, yeah, we have a repressive society. It's going to be more repressive when the Christians get control.
Yeah. Wow. Man. Crazy.
Yeah. Moving on, haven't had to poop yet. Just pointing that out. Or maybe I did. Maybe I did, and I did an edit of it. That's how clever we are here. Maybe I've just gone and gotten a lot happier and come back. That could be. Anyway.
See, you said that, and in my mind, I was just about to say, do we know? Depends.
Then you thought, hey, maybe he went and I didn't catch it.
Yeah,
Maybe I missed it.
So did you hear about the guy who got drunk at the bar and there was a guy sitting next to him, turned and vomited on his shirt? Have you heard the one about this guy?
No.
This guy's sitting at the bar. He's holding up the bar with another drunkard who turns to talk to him and then just beer vomits all over his shirt. And he's like, oh, sorry. And he puts $20 in his top pocket. He's like, okay, I'll pay for your dry cleaning. Anyway, that guy, the vomit guy, goes home like super late and his wife is waiting for him. And of course, he stinks of booze, cigarettes, and vomit. He opens up the door. His wife's there to be. She's like, where the hell have you been? He's like, oh, I was at the bar. She's like, what is that on your shirt? He's like, yeah, it's vomit. Don't worry. There's money in my top pocket to pay for the dry cleaning. And so she reaches into his top pocket. He pulls it out. He's like, yeah, he gave me $20. And she opened it up and she's like, well, there's $40 here. And he goes, yeah, he also shit my pants.
You got about a quarter of the way into that one, and I went, oh, this is a joke I've heard. I know she's setting up for a joke, but I don't remember the punchline. And then there was a good payoff. Very good.
Do you remember that ad when, I think it was when Kmart introduced
their new
shipping?
I shit my pants line?
Yeah, no.
Their new, it's a new style thing. There's a big stain on the back. It's kind of like the holes in the knees, except there's a big shit stain. You buy them that way.
Yeah, they're called Skid Row.
Oh, nice. Another business opportunity. God damn it, we are
Skid Row,
good.
business opportunity.
Yeah.
And so the Kmart ad, it starts out with like, I shipped my pants. I shipped my couch. I shipped my bed. It's just like all these people going around. It's a really good ad. It's old now, but at the time it was quite edgy. And if you get a chance, you should look it up. It's comedy gold.
And speaking of that, I was realizing that you went into a new form of slang there when you're endorsing somebody's relationship. You know what you do? You ship it. Oh, I ship that.
Oh,
Shut up. Shut up with your dumb slang. Oh, I ship that. Oh.
Yeah, you shipped me to tears.
When, who was it, Taylor Swift and that Kelsey guy started going out, Katy Perry had to inject herself into it because she's a loser these days. And she said, I ship this, and nobody cared.
It doesn't make sense. Make it make sense.
I saw a thing this week, too, that maybe I'll pull for another week, but it was that British morning show that's on TV, The Breakfast, or we played tapes from it.
Oh, yes.
What's it called? You know, because you're
morning
foreign.
show or something.
Yeah. But it's her on this show over in the UK, and she goes to a children's hospital where there's lots of sick cancer kids. And even though that is a good gesture, it's her just making it all about herself. And God, this is a great photo opportunity. And look at me with the goodwill, and I'm Katy Perry. And it's just the biggest asshole thing. I almost pulled it for this week, but didn't because other stuff. So
she's not the greatest, in my opinion. And there's something off. She's got the crazy eyes happening.
Very much so.
You know, people who have like bipolar disorder and you can look at them. And I'm not saying that Katy Perry has this. I'm just drawing a parallel. is that you can see people in photos who are in a manic episode. Something happens to their eyes. It's like different. She has that going on.
And she has
in
it
photos.
Constantly.
A lot. Yeah, it's this wide-eyed, it's sort of wild-eyed, I would say. It's hard to describe, but next time you see a photo of Katy Perry, check it out.
Yeah, I see her and I
definitely
see
me.
her interacting and even just pictures of her. And I go, wow, she should be attractive. I should be into her. But then there's something that just is completely repulsive as a human being. And I go, wow, dudes have been in relationships with her. How hard would that be? I can't even imagine.
I can't believe that she married Russell Brand. Do you remember that?
Yeah. And we're now finding out all of his history that's been going on.
Oh, he's on another planet.
He's a modern day Epstein, apparently.
He is. The reason that they broke up was for his infidelities and drugs and all of that sort of stuff. And he apparently had cleaned up his act. Well.
He's one of those people that I wanted to like at the time, but something didn't sit right to me and I just never did.
There's a lot of that sort of stuff coming out.
Anyway, it is Halloween week, and we're always so big on the holidays, and I do entire shows where I just focus so much on the holidays. So this now begins our portion of the Total Babble Halloween special. Ready?
Let's go.
With that big, grandiose open. I've got this here, and I saw this headline as I was going through videos, and this is an in-depth investigation as to whether dogs and cats can see ghosts. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, this is pretty involved. So I just really focus on this. And can dogs and cats see ghosts?
The question of whether dogs can see spirits is a fascinating one, and the answer isn't as clear-cut as you might think. Scientifically speaking, there's no hard evidence to back up the idea that dogs, or any animals for that matter, can see spirits or ghosts.
This has been the Total Babble Halloween special. We don't know because we haven't verified that there are ghosts. That was like a 4-minute video that I just took the very end of and saved you people a whole bunch of time. It was, can dogs see ghosts? And I'm like, oh, let's look at this. And it just goes on forever. And then at the end it says, we don't know if they can because we don't know if there's ghosts. You're welcome. Fucking idiots.
Oh my goodness. Do you think that video was made by AI?
I think her voice is legitimate. I thought of that too. You want me to play it again? We can judge. I think she's real.
You think she's real? I probably is.
The question of whether dogs can see spirits is a fascinating one, and the answer isn't as clear-cut as you might think. Scientifically speaking, there's no hard evidence to back up the idea that dogs, or any animals for that matter, can see spirits or ghosts.
I think she's real.
I think that she's real. But speaking of AI, there's a backstory as to how I ended up with this tote bag, okay? But I'm going to spare you.
Wait, what? Tote bag? What?
I got a tote bag in the post, in the mail.
Okay. You actually said tote bag. I wanted to make sure it wasn't some kind of Australian slang. Oh, this guy, he's a tote bag, something like that.
Do you know that we in my house use inanimate objects as like disparaging remarks? Like instead of swearing at people or calling people things, we will actually say, oh, you absolute spatula.
I didn't know that, but I love that, and I can absolutely see it.
You can get it?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, tote bag, put the fries in the bag. Like we just like call each other inanimate objects rather than like idiot or moron or something. We'll say something else.
My favorite one that I'm trying to use lately, but I forget, is you great big bag of dumb fuck. I have it written down, and I try to come back to it every once in a while, but I just try to integrate it into your everyday speech.
Oh, my God, I love it. And so we got this tote bag, and I didn't really look at it because I was never going to use it. They've sort of put it in the trash can via my house. Okay, this is what's happening. So I've opened up this tote bag, and I've left it on the kitchen counter. And the eldest kid comes in, picks it up, looks at it for like 2 seconds. It is a picture of Minnie Mouse in some flowers. What is she doing? I don't know. She's just sitting down, Minnie Mousing. He takes one look at it and goes, well, this is AI. I was like, oh, I haven't looked at it. How do you know? He goes, she's got 3 legs.
There you go.
And sure enough, there's Minnie Mouse with 3 feet, all wearing shoes, and only one of the shoes has a bow on it.
So somebody created that in AI and then didn't notice and printed it on a tote bag.
Exactly.
What the hell?
I know.
Because you could understand if they got languages wrong, like if they're making it in deep China or something and they don't understand our language, but even in China, mouses don't have 3 legs.
No, exactly. And I will send you, I took a photo especially for you so that you can revel in the glory that is 3-legged Minnie Mouse.
Wow. What a world in which we live.
It's actually hilarious. So I ended up throwing it in the trash can.
Yeah, you don't know where it's been. That sounds like something, I just got your text. That sounds like something like a homeless guy would keep and shit into as he needs to as he goes through life.
I don't know why it was made.
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't know what purpose it is. And I ended up with it. Have you heard about Whatnot?
No.
So Whatnot is a social selling platform where everything is essentially sold through live stream video. One of my mates told me that she's a little bit famous on that. She accidentally let it slip in a conversation. So you know what I did? I fucking ran. I ran to my phone and then created a profile and then started gently stalking her and showing up in every single one of her videos. And subscribed and followed, and then I would go to everywhere that she would go. So they have these little things where you go from one live stream, and then they're like, okay, now let's go over to Banana Boats, fucking whatever, whoever their name is. So I'm going over to Lava Lamp and Funny Buns and whatever, and I get into one of these rooms, and they're giving free stuff away, and there's a feature on the platform where they push a button, and it randomly selects somebody who's in the room to win one of the giveaways. It was my first time on this, stalking my friend as a joke, and I go into this thing and I won the giveaway prize, which is 3-legged Minnie Mouse tote bag. It cost more to fucking ship that thing than what it did to produce it. And yeah, it's so jing-jang.
So you're thinking that this kind of thing was part of that somehow and...
Yeah, so I won this tote bag. They held it up on the screen and they were
So
like...
wait, you found this outside and then you also won one?
No, I didn't find it outside. It was shipped to me.
Oh, okay.
It was posted to me following this magical adventure on Whatnot. They sent it to me. That's how it ended up at my house.
Okay. I misunderstood the trash can part. Okay.
Yes. No, I didn't find it outside.
So that sounds to me like somebody made that. They had an overstock because people didn't notice that they created a bunch and, oh, what are we going to do? And then they put it up on there and they give it away to people like you who are stalking their friends on a weird app.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of these people on Whatnot, they purchase storage containers, shipping containers. They purchase random stuff and random boxes and all these sorts of things. Because, for example, have you ever wondered what Target does with all of the stuff that they don't sell?
I've seen YouTube videos on it. In fact, people buy pallets of this stuff after the fact.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what my friend does. She buys pallets and then she sells them on here. And I think that this 3-legged Minnie Mouse monstrosity was maybe a part of a shipping container or something with other apparel or whatnots.
That's interesting. The fact that that even exists. And when you go to do these things and when you won that, I guess you have to do it live or can you do it after the fact? Or
no, it's all live.
Okay. Wow. Like who has the time for that?
No, exactly. No one has the time for it. So I was doing just weird stuff, like not participating in the chat or anything, but I just want to be there and I want her to see me there. And so I could be driving and it'll be like, insert your mate here is now online. Ding, join.
Oh, it could be fun.
Yeah, just joining all over. And it's really nice because she gives me a shout out every time I join.
And she still doesn't know it's you.
No, she knows it's me now.
Okay. I didn't know that. I would have let it go on and just become her really good friend and like somebody that she doesn't know your face, but wow, this person is so good and knows so much about me. And then you go and progress to be friends and like, hey, wow, I live in the same area too. We should meet up. And then you go to meet her and it's you.
Oh, that's so funny. She actually lives on the West Coast.
All right. So much for that.
A little bit tricky. But I'm actually really happy for her, and she's doing great. She's actually made this her primary income. She's now so famous on this app, and she sells so many interesting things that are in high demand that she has thousands and thousands of followers, and she has made this her primary income.
Does she have a cute screen name that she goes by? Seller Sally or something?
Yeah, no, she absolutely does. But you should get on and check out Whatnot.
Got to be thorough in your marketing. Seller Sally's got it going on. Oh, I follow Seller Sally.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And she has genuine fans who just come to listen to her talk. And she gives away coffee and she talks about life. She sells things. It's really interesting. And she told me that she can sell like 200 items in a 2-hour show.
Not anything against her, but I hear that and I think that, and there's a qualifier here, I think that we live in a society where people are okay watching really boring stuff and doing nothing and following that and just basic, oh, I'm watching that person go through their life and I find that entertaining. And I say that, and we do this show, and so much of the show is great talk about nothing, but I'm also very conscious of keeping it moving forward and keeping it going and not wallowing too much in stuff that's going to seem typical. And I don't think we are that show, but I'm just amazed that there is so much of a thing like that nowadays in society. Am I on track with that?
I agree with you. And it's been going on since the advent of, reality television. I personally don't watch reality television, not only because I hate the Kardashians, but just because I find it so droll and unengaging.
And it's so phony. It's also
and now
staged.
It's so phony.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, I'd be lying if I said that I didn't want you and I to create a profile and go in and do joint streams where we sell stuff, but we make jokes about the stuff that we're selling, and we just talk smack the whole time and hold up random shit like shoes. In fact, you are a man, and so because you're a man, I know that you have a giant fucking box of cables somewhere that you're probably never going to use, right? Because I know you. I know that you have so much audio equipment and stuff, and you've upgraded it, and you've probably got stuff that you've been meaning to sell. I would like to propose that we do a show.
Okay,
we get this,
I'll show you
and
this
we
here
sell.
right
exactly,
now.
That's it.
Well, this is one.
Stu is holding up his box of cables, and he's going. It appears to. Oh, there we are.
Here's the other. This one is
Box
not quite
2.
as full, but I have at least a big box and a half.
He's showing me his big box, and he's gone back for thirds. I know we've got seconds. He's got 2 big boxes full of cables, and he's just proven to me that he is a man.
Alrighty, good time, Phil, and didn't mean to keep you hanging there, but I figured you could just tell people I went to poop.
Well, no, I was commentating about how you were showing me your massive box.
Like so it's the first time.
But congratulations, you get to keep your man card for a little while longer.
As soon as you said that, I'm like, well, yes, I do, and there's 2 of them right in the closet behind me.
Right?
Yeah.
And you probably have mics and cameras and all sorts of equipment that you're probably like, oh, I'm going to take that down and sell it secondhand through Guitar Center or something like that, and you mean to do it, but you never do it.
Well, I keep them as backup. I have that mic that you're using that I sent you. I have another one of those. I have the Focusrite that you use. I have one of those. I have a headphone.
Yes.
There's so much stuff in there that I could do a whole nother podcast studio that's kind of my backup if I had to. Yeah, whatever.
Oh, well, that's good to know. And then there's all sorts of other things too. Something I'm obsessed with at the moment and that I find very interesting is the concept of Swedish death cleaning.
Okay.
Have you heard of it?
I have not. And out of nowhere, this
Oh
is
my
very.
goodness.
Oh, this is good because from the sounds of it, this will lead into our final Halloween bit because this is the Total Babble Halloween special. Go ahead with your
Halloween
Swedish
special.
death cleaning.
So the Swedish death cleaning, you remember how everyone was Mary Kondoing for a while, like folding their shirts like pricks and, just... Anyway,
I do, and for a while I thought that was something dirty. She sounded like a porn star or something to me. Go ahead.
When we start our Whatnot channel,
Yeah.
it's going to be called Mary Condom.
See, it has a ring to it, and it's got a little bit of a twist. I like
And
it.
a little bit of a twist.
Yeah.
So Swedish death cleaning is a cultural practice, which, as the name suggests, was born in Sweden, okay? And the concept, wow, I really had to think about that. I'm on fire.
But I'll tell you today, I'm very slow too. It was a big ambient night, but it's still a good show. Go with it.
And the whole concept is that it's a constant motion. It's something that you're always doing, but you're always decluttering and simplifying through the lens of who wants to keep this or wade through this when I die? And looking at things through that lens. Like if you have some bizarre china collection that you never use, that you don't have any kids that are ever going to take or anything, it's do something about it before it becomes somebody else's problem.
Right.
And so that is what I'm doing.
And then you send it to
Around.
Sweden?
Trust me, I don't think they need more problems.
Oh.
I mean, it's a great country. They don't really have a lot of problems outside of everything so fucking expensive. But maybe if someone in Sweden buys our stuff through Whatnot, I can send it to Sweden.
Nice. And I guess they're the ones that started this tradition, and that's why we call it what we call it. And way to
Right.
go, Swedes.
Go Swedes.
I would love to live there. I was talking to somebody, the people in the UK when they hit us up on social media the other day, that band. I said, wow, wish we were there because I wish I was in another country right now with all of this going on. Anyway, Total Babble Halloween special. We're so huge on topical stuff. There's something tasty to hand out for Halloween, perhaps. There's a new chocolate bar that is out from Zotter Chocolates. They're an international brand, and it's brains and eggs chocolate bars. I guess it's pork brains and egg liqueur ganache all in the chocolate bar. And my first question is, would you eat pig brain chocolate?
I'd definitely try it.
Ugh. I would not, obviously. I've
I've
beyond
eaten
vegetarian.
things, Stu. I've eaten things.
I remember you saying that, and no, you don't need to. Brains are not meant to be eaten unless you're a zombie.
There's something I've been meaning to tell you.
Oh, the secret zombie life.
Brains.
What was
Life
that
of a
Santa
secret
Clarita
zombie.
diet thing? Isn't that zombies or vampires or something? It was a TV
Oh,
show.
yes, the Santa Clara Diet with
Yeah.
Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
I didn't actually watch it, but
Nobody
I
did.
believe that they are vampires or something
Oh.
like that.
Okay.
Yes. But I would try it.
Yeah.
I may not enjoy it, but I would try it.
Yeah, I would not. And I think there are just things that we don't need to eat, lines we don't need to cross. And then I started looking into it, and Zotter Chocolates has a whole line of special chocolates. And I found in YouTube there is a commercial for them. Here's the special promotional commercial they have for the pig brain chocolate that they're now selling. And remember, as I set this up, that it's Halloween.
Ready for a sweet adventure?
Sweet, like the juices in your head,
Oh my
Discover
God.
the finest
Kill.
cocoa beans from all over the world.
with food for thought
Organic, hand-selected, and fair-traded.
from the pigs in our village.
Processed in Austria. the heart of Europe.
A great setting for a movie with zombie pigs.
In a family-run creative center.
Brains!
From bean to bar.
To zombie pig lobotomy.
Discover creativity like chocolate with whiskey and bacon. Or currant with chili.
Don't forget eggs and zombie pig brain.
Discover variety.
Then run for your life.
Discover Zotter. Give it a try. The Zotter Discovery Pack.
Brains! Zombie pig apocalypse.
That was great.
That was fun.
Love your work. I like what you did there.
Well, thank you. Every once in a while, I'll go to voice something, and I'm like, I don't sound as good as I used to, and I got to keep doing it because I don't want to get that old sound. You know how, like, you listen to Harrison Ford, you go like, wow, he started talking old, and there's certain people that you go through life with, and like, all of a sudden, they're talking very old, and I feel like if you keep talking even when you're young, like we are, that'll never happen. So I try to do that, and I think we need to be on top of that, and I think we do
need to be on top of that.
Yeah.
I'm actually going through a bit of a moment where I'm not young, but I'm not old.
Right.
And so I'm being excluded from things I really want to do.
Such as?
Okay, one.
And what not?
I want to join the seniors tennis team because most of my friends and my husband are on our neighborhood senior tennis team.
Yeah.
And I'm a few years shy of it.
You don't qualify.
And so I don't qualify. And I'm super bummed about that. I'm like, oh, all my mates are going into that exclusive club and the bouncers are keeping me out. And another thing, we are members of the Jewish Community Center. We are not Jewish.
Yeah, I don't think you have told me that before because I would have been way more intrigued about that.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you
We're not
pretend to
Jewish.
be Jewish?
No.
You're not faux Jew?
No, we're
okay,
not
good.
faux Jew.
Because I would be disappointed if you faux a religion. Okay.
Oh, gosh. No, absolutely not. We don't have a religion, as you know.
Right.
Anyone can join the community center. They have the best summer camps. They have the best gym and group fitness. They have the best swim team. And my sons wanted to do all-round year swimming, and they often go there for summer camp. So we are members. This is important context because I get all of the newsletters inviting us to go and do cool stuff. This morning I got a newsletter about there being, a Shakespeare lecture series. I was like, oh, I want to go and do that. And then I went to look at it and a bunch of other things that I was interested in doing. And it was all for people ages 50 plus. And so that says a lot about me and the things that I find interesting. But I was bummed about...
Because you couldn't.
Well, I mean, I probably could. They're not going to say, hold up, little lady, you can't come in. But...
just put on a white wig and walk crooked.
I already walk crooked, so I got that down pat.
Yeah.
But maybe I do need to wear a white wig.
That is one of those things that it sounds good and it sounds like something I should do because I want to learn and know stuff and be cultured. But I also know that if I went there, I would just be out of my mind and couldn't take it. You would completely enjoy that sort of thing and really be enthralled with it?
Yeah.
Maybe it's because you're smarter than me and you could understand what the hell they're saying. That could be.
I don't know if it's that, but we do, as a family, enjoy going to lectures or watching lectures on things and hearing people speak. It's super interesting.
Yeah, like I can do that. I just think the Shakespeare thing for me wouldn't work, and I could, depending on the lecture, go and watch something. And I guess I never could have done that when I was younger, so maybe I've improved.
I think it has to be something that you're genuinely interested in.
Right.
I am genuinely interested in that. When I was at university, I studied Shakespeare. I've read nearly all of his plays and his sonnets and that kind of thing. And so it would be interesting. I've performed in Shakespearean plays. And so for me, it would be interesting.
Right.
It's very complex and a lot of it has lost its meaning. Okay, we talked about it today, the evolution of language. Shakespeare actually pioneered a bunch of words that and slang that's still used today.
Like thee and thou. You always hear thee and thou used nowadays.
Well, you always hear it.
Yeah.
I want to say that he pioneered the C word.
Oh, well, that would be good. I would have respect for him then. And, you know, it's good for you. It's good that you can be into that sort of thing. And you like Shakespeare. I like zombie pig apocalypse. Those are my interests.
Zombie pig apocalypse.
Yeah.
So I had to do a little bit of a quick search, but Shakespeare has been widely recognized and credited for essentially inventing more than 1,700 words that are still used in the English language today. Addiction is one.
Wow.
Bedroom, cold-blooded, critic, elbow.
Shakespeare invented the elbow. Come on.
Well, elbow, it was the first ever known use of elbow as a verb, to elbow someone.
Oh, to elbow.
Fun ones like puking, swagger, zany.
Fuck puppet.
Hobnob.
I heard Shakespeare invented fuck puppet.
Fuck puppet. Yelping.
Yeah.
Like there's so many of
I wonder
them.
if the app comes from Shakespeare. Yelp.
Yeah, he invented the review site.
That's right.
Here.
I
That's
thou'st
so
wouldn't
funny.
go there ever, my lord. So, all right. Perspective on Shakespeare.
I don't know what the swear words are, but
You'll find out, I bet.
I bet I will.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's a future show bit. So, yeah, Total Babble Halloween special. I did find one thing I wanted to pass along, and I sent this to you. It's a meme, and it's this hot girl holding up an orange sign, and it's okay. Hot girls can be right, too. I'm not a lookist. But she's holding up a sign, and it says, if you take your children trick-or-treating, please consider taking them by nursing homes. Most of the people in nursing homes give out candy, and those residents would love to see little kids in their costumes and stop by to brighten up their day. You have no idea how much this means to them, and I thought that was really cool and something to pass on to people that have kids. Maybe you could arrange to do that if you hear this today, Wednesday through Halloween, and that's cool. Brighten a life where you can.
That's really, really nice. And another thing to be inclusive to the children, if people are going to swing by your house to trick or treat, is to consider having candy that doesn't have common allergens in it.
There you go.
So nuts, have some that are gluten-free, like gummy bears or something like that. And then for children who can't eat candy, I've been amazed at the number of kids that I've discovered can't eat these things. Little toys, like little spider rings or stamps or something like that, so that they can still experience Halloween without the candy.
I don't know if I'm going over to Bit Killer Debbie's to hand out groceries I don't want to the adults. That's normally my tradition. We'll see if that happens. Sometimes I'll do that. And then that made me think of my mom. We're just going to turn out the lights here and hide out because there's very few kids in this neighborhood. And it's not an old community. We live next to an old community, but it's gotten older and there's no kids. And my mom, when I was away living in LA, would tell me every year about how she would make little pumpkins and put a quarter on them. And I thought, okay, that's sweet because you're giving them a little pumpkin. But Ma, Jesus Christ, you're giving them a quarter. There's nothing you can buy with a quarter. All that does is torment them because they have a quarter sitting there and they're just going to stare at that. I said, come on, it's spring for candy. And she just never would. So whatever.
That's so sweet and thoughtful, though. That's lovely.
Yeah, that's her thing. Anyway, this has been the show. Brains, have a great one.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Okay, you know how this goes. Like us, subscribe, tell your friends, write a nice review, engage with us. We're Total Babble on Instagram, on Facebook, on Threads, and on Blue Sky. Email is show@totalbabble.com. The Total Babble Podcast.